Welcome to the Undisputed Podcast. I'm your host, Joy Taylor. On today's show, does Kevin Love's return make LeBron and the Cavs a lock to win the East again? Plus, Tom vs. Time director Gotham Chopra joins the show to discuss his Tom Brady documentary. And will Carson Wentz be starting for the Eagles in their season opener? Skip, Shannon, let's get to it. Let's get started with the Cavs. They played their first game without Ty Lue last night. But they did get Kevin Love back after he missed the last 20 games with a broken hand. Love scored 18 in the win against the Bucks, but LeBron was the star again, according to Shannon. He went on another date with Miss Triple Dub, finishing with 40 points, 12 rebounds, and 10 assists. The Greek Freak had 37 points and 11 rebounds in the loss. Let's take a listen to LeBron and Giannis after the game.
We got veterans on the floor that helps us out, just from both sides, and we know what we want to do. We know what we want to accomplish. Me personally, I'm going to be in an attack mode no matter who's out on the floor. As you guys seen on the road trip, I was playing the way I want to play no matter who's out on the floor. But when you add all-star, power forward and, a three-point specialist like Kyle, and then this is their basketball IQs, it just helps our team.
I was talking to myself when I was taking a shower, right? And I was like, okay, what did I get wrong today regarding LeBron? Because he's the first player that ever scored 40 on me that easy. It's hard. The guy's the guy that can drive the ball, can shoot the ball, especially late in his career. Now he's shoot the ball amazing. He's getting his teammates in the right spot. He's the best player in the world. That's him.
Shannon, what was your takeaway from last night?
Hold on. I know 7 foot from Greece. Yep. The Greek Freak, I know he just didn't utter the word, best player in the world.
He said that.
Did he say that out loud?
Yep.
He's saying, I'm showering, and I'm thinking to myself, what mistakes did I make? Giannis, you only made 2 mistakes, and one of them wasn't your fault.
Oh.
The Bucks drew the Cavs. That was the first mistake. And then the second mistake, you had to guard LeBron.
Mostly he did.
When he's in that toolbox like he was last night, Joe, he got a big old toolbox.
Yeah.
One of them craftsman series.
So now it's a toolbox.
Toolbox.
Not a bag?
No, ain't no bag. Bag ain't got enough stuff in there for it.
Freak was in the body bag at the end of the game, right?
Cooking it.
Yeah.
Cooking it. Skip, when he has it going like he had it going last night, he can shoot the ball outside. That step back, that fall away step back is just unbelievable now. He can't miss that shot.
Yep.
Now the three, he hits enough threes that you got to push up on him. Now, you and I, we discussed it like, we don't know what that scout was talking about LeBron can't go by people anymore. He's lost his first step. Oh, yeah? Last 20 games. Skip, because you like to say it's a large sample size, Joe. 20 games is a large sample size. Because, Skip, last 20 games, they're 10-10. They're 28th in defense. So 20 games is a large sample size. Right, Skip? Okay. 29, 10 and a half teams.
Joy, would you tell me when it's my turn?
It's not your turn just yet, Skip. Let me have my moment.
I told you had some coffee this morning.
Let me have my moment.
You're having it.
Okay.
Have it. Embrace it.
Yeah. Do you know he was Eastern Conference Player of the Week? On the very day he received that award for the 60th time. Good luck, somebody tried to break that record. Eastern Conference.
That's Jordan-esque, right?
No, he's way more than Jordan.
Oh, wow.
My candy. Way more than Jordan. Skip, he was in that toolbox last night, and there was nothing Giannis could do. There's nothing he could do. The guy, this guy's the next guy in line. LeBron says, I ain't going nowhere. And if you notice when people talk about him that play him the night before, after the ball game, what do they always say? The best player in the game. That's what they say, Skip.
Unless it's Draymond, but he has other things to say. But go ahead.
Don't do that, Skip. But he's playing, and it was great to see Kevin Love got straight up out that barber chair, great clips, came in there and gave us 18 quick points.
I don't think Kevin Love goes to great.
No, he goes. That's a great clip.
Yeah.
Look at Kev. We got Kev back. LeBron said, it's been a while since I played with an all-star. Man, Kev came off that thing, let them threes go from Youngstown, and he's still because at the end of the day, sometimes that jump shot, or you're going to be struggling to shoot the ball from the outside.
Yep.
Kevin Love and LeBron, but Kevin Love is the one guy they can dump the ball down to him and say, go get us a bucket or go draw us a foul. Because when he was in Minnesota, his first 3 or 4 years, Skip, he was a back-to-the-basket player. He stretched himself. So now he has a mid-range. Now he can go outside the three-point. But he still can go down and post you up. We didn't need that yesterday. John Henson went down there. He can swat some shots. So we pulled him away from the basket, and LeBron was just dunking on everybody. Thon Maker. Yaga! Ever since he gave that to you, Nurkic, Took Nurkic 4 days to come out that coma.
Really?
Yeah.
I think he's okay.
Yeah.
I think they're playing tonight at home against the Rockets. I think he's going to play.
Catholic priest showed up,
Yeah.
reading his last rites, and he raised up out the bed.
Resuscitated.
Yeah. But Skip, you saw that was full display. That's LeBron James. That's the best player in basketball. He left no doubt in anyone's mind that he is the best player currently playing. And you look at all these other players, and you're like, well, he's overrated. Nah, they're not overrated. That guy right there, 2-3, from the 3-3-0, he's underrated.
He's underrated.
Way under.
Not if you watch this show.
Yeah. I have to. I don't have no choice.
Oh.
You trying to throw cover over his head, I got to uncover it. That's what you try to do.
Tell me when it's time to
It's
throw
your turn.
cover.
Go ahead.
I can throw my cover now?
Throw it.
All right. So, I'm here to tell you up front, biggest takeaway of last night, your man LeBron James was flat out sensational. I've never seen him better than he was last night. I'm serious.
Somebody poking you, making you say that?
No, nobody is. I tweeted it right after the game. It was highly impressive on the offensive end. He was unstoppable. When he's of that mindset, when he's in full-on attack mode, nobody can deal with him. The Spurs used to when they had Tim Duncan. They used to be able to keep him from the rim. I don't think any team in basketball, including Golden State, can keep him from the rim.
No.
In his 15th season, I have never seen anyone in better all-around shape than LeBron is. And we're going to talk a little later in the show about the piece that Brian Windhorst wrote about his Navy SEAL trainer that he hired to be his personal trainer, sort of an Alex Guerrero type, if you will. And this man helped save LeBron from a back injury. You know, remember he had the disc problem in 2015. It looked like it might prematurely shut down his career, right?
He like Larry Bird laying on the floor on the
He
towel.
did, and Steve Nash kind of went the way of a bad back. But LeBron looks the best he's ever looked physically.
Yes.
I've never, because he's dropped, what would you say, is he down, I don't know, 10, 15 pounds maybe?
I'd say 264.
264?
Yeah.
Once upon a time, he was up there at 280. That they wrote about it in the piece. We'll
That
talk
was
about
it. That was year 2010, 2011. Skip.
Okay. So the point is, now don't remember, Tom Brady's in a league of his own, but he plays a different sport in a very different position. But he's in great shape for what he has to do to play quarterback.
Correct.
But he's not in this kind of athletic, explosive
Correct.
shape.
Correct.
This is off the charts. I've never seen anything like it. I am here to declare the Eastern Conference is over.
No.
It's over. It's a
trying to put-
cakewalk.
no, you
It's
trying to put
over.
bad luck
I'm
on
not.
it.
I am not trying. It's just over. The Celtics are decimated. They're done. D-O-N-E, done.
They got Kyrie. They got the best
Do
finisher,
they?
closer. Yeah.
I think he needs knee surgery. I think he needs more cleanup surgery. He's shut down right now.
Oh, he talked it into existence, huh?
Huh.
Remember, he threatened Joy, I'll have knee surgery. Oh.
No Gordon Hayward, no Marcus Smart, no Daniel Tice. How much?
Stop bringing
how
up
far-
Daniel Tice.
Why?
Nobody knows who
he
he
was
is.
a rotation. He was a cog in the system, man. Best defensive team in basketball.
If Marcus Smart had chosen not to snatch a
Okay,
painting
but
off
he
the
did.
wall,
Whatever happened, happened. They're done.
No.
They didn't have quite enough to start with, and now they definitely don't have enough. And just stop it with Toronto. Just get them out of my sight. Toronto, right on schedule, is turning back into Toronto.
they lost one game.
Okay, but you know what's going to happen, especially when they come up against this team. They just shrink the sight of
Don't do
LeBron.
that. No.
Well, do they not?
No.
Do they not?
No.
DeMar
He
DeRozan
just
can score all the regular season points he wants, and then all of a sudden here comes LeBron, and she shrinks. He gets those little dinosaur arms,
Get a little
right?
T-Rex.
Get a little T-Rex. Kyle Lowry, all of a sudden he goes 0 for 16 from 3. You know, like, you know it's coming. You know it's coming.
But here's the thing, though. It was nice to have Kevin Love back, but they still don't have the rotation. What are they
going
going
to
do
get
with Tristan
everybody
Thompson?
back?
Okay,
They'll figure it out. They
No.
don't have any competition.
Yeah, they do.
They have
Yeah, they do.
none.
Yeah, they do.
Don't start. You
Yeah.
can't make any case for
Yes.
anybody.
I mean, Nance Jr.'s out. Jetty Osman.
They're coming back. They're
But-
all going to be okay.
But the thing is, okay, they're coming back. Now, how do you do the rotation?
Oh, that's a real tough
Yeah,
problem.
it is.
Oh, that's a
I mean,
good,
'cause
that's the best problem you could have.
No.
How do we fit in all these great pieces? Oh, that's tough.
Yeah.
LeBron James is about to play in his 8th straight NBA Finals. He's also about to lose his 6th Finals, but that's a whole other issue that we will not address today.
No.
But I'm going to go. I got 2 other issues, bones to pick here. Now let's go back to Greek Freak's contention, best player on the planet, right?
He is.
Okay, I give you that on offense. He is playing offense at the highest level I've ever seen him because nobody can keep the freight train off the tracks. When he decides, you're just going to get to the rim. But let's keep this in some perspective. Right now, he is fixated. He is obsessed with triple doubles because he realizes, well, this is the way I can build my stature in the regular season. I can say I had all these triple doubles, and Jordan only had X triple doubles. I don't even care because nobody even cared about triple doubles back in that day.
They just couldn't get them.
Well, they couldn't.
Why they care about
focus
them?
on them.
Well, why did they care about them when Oscar got them 20+ years earlier?
Okay, but that was back in the days of the possessions were so high, everybody thought it was just statistical anomalies, so they just let it go. And Michael Jordan never fixated on triple doubles because he focused and obsessed over winning championships. And he won
so LeBron's not obsessed about winning championships.
He used to be, but he realized that game is over and that ship has sailed.
That's why he invests in his body. That's why he does what he does.
For regular season stats.
No, he doesn't.
Play 82 games, build up your stats.
You make it seem like LeBron averages 12 points in the playoffs.
No, he does. He can score.
Yeah, okay then.
But right now, LeBron is all offense at the expense of no defense. He's playing no defense. He has now slipped to 330th in defensive win shares in this league.
Coming down. At one point, he was like in the 400s.
I don't know.
So he's coming down.
Kind of fluctuate.
By the end of the season, he'd be down to 200.
2 days ago, he was 315. Now he just vaulted back up to 330. And this is out of 522 players. LeBron ranks 330th in defensive win shares. Also, LeBron is now second in the NBA in turnovers. He had, 6 more last night? Yep, he had 6 more. So he's second to Russell Westbrook in turnovers. He's high usage rate, but he tries a lot of stuff on offense. He's throwing a lot of pretty passes, some that don't connect.
Not like
for the record.
Not like somebody else I know that just wants to hand the ball off.
Who's that?
You know, we're going to talk about him later, too.
All right. And then free throw shooting. LeBron has now dipped to 72%. You bet me before the year he would be 80+ for a case.
He's going to get a hot streak.
Yeah, he's going to
go by 75 or 80.
Want to go double or nothing on that? Okay, thank you very much. So, of the 14 players in the NBA who have attempted at least 350 free throws, LeBron ranks 13th out of those 14. Guess who's 14th? Dwight Howard. So that's how poor a free throw shooter the quote-unquote best player in the world is, according to Antetokounmpo. Right?
Everybody says he's
he's
best.
Second in turnovers. He's a lousy free throw shooter, and he just doesn't play defense. I watched him last night. He's like playing backline defense. It's like cherry pick defense where you just stand back at the bottom of the lane and just wait for a rebound because you need to be in position to rebound.
If you don't mind me asking, where is he as far as, you keep telling me how bad he is defensively and turning the ball over. Where is he as far as assists?
He's second in the league. High.
Is that good or bad?
No, it's great.
He's probably
triple doubles. Stand under the goal and get the rebounds, and make sure it helps him a lot when your teammates are making the threes that you set them up for.
Right.
Because I've told you, he's the best passer in basketball, and he's also the best sniper passer on cross court where he just looms up over the D because he's 6'9". He can see over everybody. And when he whips it cross court to those snipers, if they make them, he's going to get a triple double because we know he's going to score double digit in points, and now he just stands under the goal and gets defensive rebounds, which is great. Well, I've been watching.
Okay.
This is what I'm seeing.
But here's the thing, though. With no Tristan Thompson, no Kevin Love, even Larry Nance Jr. being out, who is going to get the rebound if LeBron does not? He's not yelling ball, so everybody moves out the way so he can get it. He's going up over people and snagging.
But it was great last night that he did hit 3 threes. That's big for LeBron.
Yeah.
But Kevin Love, 4 threes.
Yeah.
Fourth Corver, 3 threes.
Yeah.
Jordan Clarkson, 3 threes. Cavaliers, 15 of 38. 15 of 38. That'll work, man. Yeah. If you tell me they're going to hit 15 threes every night from here on, they got a shot to win a championship.
If you told me George Hill would come in, arrive, he had the best three-point percentage from the three-point line, and he would have 0 points, and he hadn't scored double figures in like a week or 2. Huh? You want to talk about that?
Okay, I first guessed this. I told you when the trade was made, I don't love George Hill because I had him on my Spurs, and I never loved him. I never loved him. And when they traded him straight up for the pick with which they took Kawhi Leonard, it was the steal, not of this century, of any century. It's just like, how can you do better than that?
You still feel that way? Because Kawhi about to dip on y'all.
Okay, he's dipped out. He's down and out.
Now, let's go back to LeBron. Skip, think about it. Zizic.
You know what? I kind of like him.
Because you know why?
He's
Bron,
gigantic.
Bron says, all I need you to do is
Yep.
set hard picks and dive to the basket. I'm going to
do
put the
that.
ball in your hands, and here's this man last night. He had, what, 13 points, 4 of 6. That's what LeBron does, Skip.
Okay, I got it. So I hear all that. They're going to come back together. Defense won't matter that much in the Eastern Conference playoffs.
Will.
It will matter in the NBA Finals. They are still at 28th overall in defensive efficiency. That means only Sacramento and Phoenix are beneath them in defensive efficiency, so that's no good. And last night, they did give up 117 to a Milwaukee team that has now plummeted to the 8th playoff spot in the East. Are you kidding me?
Here's the thing, though. They were, with what, 3 minutes to go in the ballgame, they were down 17. So this is a very misleading stat. The game was not this close.
Well,
you know
it got within 6 late. Well, it did.
I mean, because
They had a chance to cut
if
it
that
to
was
3.
LeBron James still playing in the game like Giannis was,
LeBron was in the game.
he had to be.
He played 40 minutes.
But this is why you say, well, why don't LeBron get taken out? Because they couldn't hold the lead even with LeBron on the floor.
Yep.
So what are the likelihood of them holding a lead when he's off the court? Not very good.
What is the likelihood of Greek Freak beating LeBron James in his palace? Low to none.
I mean, he's
Because,
averaging like 35 points a game.
I'm here to tell you, Greek Freak is overrated.
Stop it.
He is way
he's not.
overrated.
No, he's
Show
not.
me.
No.
Show me something here. I keep seeing all these stats, all these numbers, and he's 3rd in scoring. He's 4th in PER. He's 3rd.
Where's LeBron in PER?
I don't know.
You know.
I don't know.
But I put it, see, this is the problem that everybody has. LeBron makes it look so easy. You say the Eastern Conference is so weak. Why can't nobody else do what he does in that conference?
I'm asking you to explain to me
Yeah.
how a player so hyped, Antetokounmpo, in his 5th NBA season, has a team that is now clinging to the 8th playoff spot in the Eastern Conference. That's outrageously wrong. You know it, and I know it.
Skip.
He's being overrated. He has no rub-off effect. He has incredible lift. Did you see the one where he went
Left
up?
hand.
He went up 2.5 feet over the basket and slammed it. And so he's got great lift, but he cannot lift his team. He got Jason Kidd fired. They went and got
He didn't get it, Jason. He said, Jason, I'll do whatever you need me to do to keep your job.
Okay, yeah, but again, his poor play, his lack of contagious effect on his team cost Jason Kidd a job. They went and got Eric Bledsoe. It didn't matter. Now they've got Jabari back. Now they got Milden back, and it just doesn't matter. They're the 8th playoff team, and they've lost 8 of their last 12. Are you kidding me? What is going on here?
Okay, let's take.
Can somebody wake up and say, hold on, just
Let's
a
look
second?
at Giannis. He's 23.
Yep.
He just
Fifth
tur-
year.
He just turned 23
Okay.
in December.
Yep.
You know why you say he's overrated? Because you compare him to that man from Akron.
Okay, I'll give you
because
that.
at 23 he had a team in the finals.
He did.
If you compare
No, I give
everybody,
you that from LeBron. The day he stepped on that floor in Sacramento at age, was he still 18? I think he was.
Yeah.
Right away, his team was a factor.
Yes.
Right away, because he does make his teammates better because he's such a good passer.
unless you compare him, everybody is overrated. If you compare them to a 23-year-old LeBron James, unless it's Magic Johnson.
Okay.
That's the only one.
I dare anybody to go back and look, because I watched this game. It was on, I believe, a Saturday. Up 2-1 on those Toronto Raptors last year were these Milwaukee Bucks in the first round of the playoffs. Up 2-1, and they had a home game. This is it, man.
Yeah.
This is it. You can close this deal effectively. And Giannis came up with a big total of 14 points in that game. And he shot 6 of 19, and he was a -16, which was the worst of any player on the floor in the game. That's just not good enough. That's where you rise and shine at home and say, we got this. And they don't got this because they lost the last 3 games and they were out.
But if you compare Giannis to that guy, yeah, he's going to be overrated, Skip.
Well,
Because
I'm not-
that
I'm
guy's underrated.
I'm comparing him to the Eastern Conference. How can a guy, you went and got Eric Bledsoe.
That's my
okay?
point. That's my point. That's
They're
what
the 8th playoff team.
I've been trying to tell you this for the better part of almost 2 years now.
please.
And when you compare everybody in the Eastern Conference to LeBron, it looks weak.
Okay,
They're overrated.
Okay, I'll compare Oladipo to LeBron, and all of a sudden his team's on fire. And they wiped out the Lakers last night.
You like that saying something?
I'm just saying that whatever Oladipo has done for Indiana is much better than what Greek Freak is doing for Milwaukee right now.
What team you think would take Oladipo
Okay,
over Antetokounmpo.
I got you. In a vacuum, you say, look at this. He's 4th in PER.
Forget
and I'm
the
saying,
vacuum on
look
the
at the
floor.
rub-off effect on the team. It's nil.
Skip.
How can they be in the 8th playoff spot in the East?
He doesn't assist the ball like LeBron. He does everything. He can play defense, although you would never know about last night because LeBron cooked you. But LeBron also cooked your guy who you say is a great defensive player. He averaged a triple-double against Kevin Durant, who you say is a premier defender.
He's a good rim protector. I didn't say he's a premier perimeter
He
defender.
averaged 30. He averaged almost 40 against Paul George, who we would consider an elite defender. He averaged 28, 7, and 6 against Kawhi Leonard. Averages 30 every time they play.
Yeah,
so
but listen, Kawhi, in his day, when his head was right,
have to do this
Kawhi caused him problems in the big games.
Kawhi's only 26.
So?
What you mean in his day? He should still be in his day.
He's lost his mind.
No,
He lost his mind. That's all I know.
Don't do that.
What do you mean, don't do that?
Because
Do you realize the Spurs had a crucial home game last night and Kawhi didn't even show up in street clothes?
yeah, he didn't want to watch y'all play. He know y'all broccoli. I've been telling you that for the longest time. And he said, I do not want to be a part of broccoli any longer. I want flash. I want pizzazz. He about to get a haircut and dip on y'all.
You're happy. You're happy.
I'm not happy.
Yes, you are. You're rooting against my Spurs.
No. Because I already knew the fate that was going to befall y'all.
Yeah.
Which was you have to run into the Rocket, who's going to take off on you, or the
Oh,
Warriors.
yeah, the Rockets took off on us last year, didn't they?
They're going to take off on you this year.
Remember Game 6 in Houston last year?
James had a bad game. He was injured. He was hurt.
Bad game?
Yeah, his knee was hurt.
He had a non-game.
But what they got to do with LeBron?
They're still looking for him in Houston.
Ain't nobody looking for LeBron.
Huh?
LeBron is the
They're
best.
looking for him on defense.
No.
LeBron,
You know what?
help us.
I'll sacrifice it. If he going to give me 40, 12, and 10, I don't want him to guard anybody. As a matter of fact, do like LaMelo. Just steady half court and just go lay the ball open and make the
So
shot.
now he's LaMelo James.
No.
I like that.
No, I'm saying
I'm going to use that.
I don't care if
LaMelo James.
you know when the rubber meets the road, like in Denver when he had the D up on Nurkic. you seen it before.
No, on
You remember
other guys.
Jokic, excuse me. But do you remember
You
when
mean
in
Jokic.
Stop, Skip, don't do that.
I told you they were no
Game
good.
7.
You told me how
You remember in
great.
Game 7 how he D'd up on Timmy D?
I don't. Which
You do.
Game 7?
Game 7.
Of which year?
You don't worry about which year. You know what happened.
Please.
No, don't do that, Skip.
Ray Allen had already happened.
That lady showed up, Joy. You saw her last night. She had on that Hermes bag, that Himalayan.
It was the Bucks.
A Givenchy dress and them red bottoms. I knew Brown was gonna show out. When I saw her sitting there with all that, Skip, I said he about to do a 40-point triple-double.
Yeah.
All you
She gonna
need
be
is
in
love.
Cleveland for Toronto on Wednesday.
Only 3 guys have had a 40-point triple-double this year. He's the third oldest. And the only reason he's the third oldest, ain't none of them reached their 15th year, because Larry Bird only played 13. He was just old coming out of college. But O'Brien, he got plenty more. I'm going to see if Russell going to have a 40-point triple-double in year 15. That's 5 years from now.
No mercy.
Hi, I'm Shannon Sharpe, and you're listening to the Undisputed Podcast, and this show is brought to you by Buffalo Wild Wings. Buffalo Wild Wings loves a Cinderella story. It's the tale of the underdog, the unexpected, and by their unexpected nature, you just can't predict when one is going to happen. It makes them great, but it also makes them frustrating, because at any moment, you could miss that Cinderella sighting. Unless you're spending March at B-Dubs, the official hangout for NCAA March Madness. Here, you'll catch every second of every game, and you'll be able to look back and tell the story of the team you watched climb their way from a low seed to champions. But only if you go to Buffalo Wild Wings. Wings, beer, sports. Now back to the show.
No mercy.
Kevin Love was back in the lineup for the Cavs last night in a win over the Bucks. Love scored 18, and LeBron had another triple-double with 40 points, 12 rebounds, and 10 assists. The Greek Freak had 37 points and 11 rebounds in the loss. The Bucks have now fallen to the 8th seed in the East. We're joined by FS1 NBA analyst Kenyon Martin. Welcome.
Thanks for having
Good
me.
morning.
Morning.
Why aren't the Bucks better with Giannis?
I don't think it's all on him. I think it's the conference. Historically, look at the East. Year in, year out, they beat up on each other. Cavs have always been the favorite. But I don't think it's all on Giannis. Jabari's been out.
Can't stay healthy.
Lose your coach, trade for Bledsoe. I just think it's a number of things. In the East, they always beat up on each other. Then you go out West and you got to play the monsters every night. So I just think it's a product of the conference and not just all on him. You know, so if you look at 4 through 8,
2 games separating them. So I don't see that big of a difference in the conference. All I see is that it's Giannis's fault. He does his thing now. He's 27, 10, and 4 this year. Hey, can't blame him.
You know the problem is? You know what the problem is, Skip Bayless? Because you compare Giannis to that guy in Akron.
I agree.
At 23 years of age, he was dragging a team to the NBA Finals. And what you're starting to realize is that when you don't have, and he has some good talent, and the next thing for Giannis, the next step for him is to get, because Middleton can play. Jabari Parker needs to stay healthy. Bledsoe needs to take another step. But what has happened is that when you compare him to LeBron James and you say at 23, LeBron James had a team that I don't believe was as talented as what Giannis has right now in the NBA Finals, the very East. So because LeBron makes it look so easy and you say the conference is so, you just realize then when you step back and you're like, LeBron's special. LeBron is really special. Like I said, unless you compare him to Magic Johnson. Now, Magic did have Kareem at 23. So if you compare legit 23 without other all-time greats, it's not even close. Yeah. It's not even close what LeBron has been able to do. Now, Giannis is going to have to, in order for him to be on LeBron's level, on these guys, these next guys, take that next step, Skip, he has to make them better. He's already made himself better. 27 and a half. 10.5, a little less than 5 assists per game. But no. You got to get these other guys involved. You just can't go. See, LeBron knows he can get his at any given time. The most important thing for him is to get these guys going early, because then he's going to say, okay, now I'm about to do me. Because late, when y'all try to take the ball out of my hands, I need old fourth Corver. I need Love. I need Jordan Clarkson. I need them to have the utmost confidence that I have the utmost confidence in them. They're going to knock that shot down. But when you compare everybody to LeBron James, hell, everybody is overrated.
I'm just going to compare Giannis to Giannis. That's all. I keep waiting and watching, and I just don't see enough. I see the highlights. I see the stats. Stats are sensational. He's 3rd in scoring in the league. He's 4th in PER. That will work.
Yeah.
But it doesn't translate into wins, and he's in his 5th season. So I keep waiting for...
That's still not a long time.
I keep waiting for him to make his teammates better, and he does not make his teammates better because they went and got him Bledsoe, and it didn't seem to help very much. They've lost 8 out of 12 now. They fired his coach, and it doesn't seem to help any at all. Jabari came back, and it doesn't seem to make that much difference. And Chris Middleton came back, and he's a good player, and it doesn't seem to make that much difference because Greek Freak is freaky, man. We saw the highlight last night. He goes, the pass actually behind him, and he goes 2.5 feet above the rim and slams it. Doesn't play huge defense, but he can rim protect.
Yes.
But he can't take, like when he tries to guard LeBron, LeBron's in his 15th year and it's still a joke because it's man versus boy. That's basically what it is, right?
Yeah.
23 years old.
Yeah, he's still 23, but he's been playing 5 years in this league, and he'd been playing in pro leagues. Remember, they come over here from Europe, and they're just a little ahead of schedule.
He just turned into that body you see now.
Okay?
He ain't used to that.
But I'm waiting for some, like last night, I know they cut it down to 6 late, but it's kind of a mismatch because LeBron just laughs at him. LeBron just scoffs. Again, he's 15th year?
Yeah.
And you can do that to somebody in their 5th year?
You tell him LeBron laughs at everybody. Remember, he put a triple-dub on KD. Remember, he averaged 28, 7, and 6 against Kawhi. He averaged 40 against Paul George. So Giannis should not hang his head. He does this to everybody.
When you were a rookie in this league, you were a man.
Yeah.
You were a man when you were at Cincinnati.
I was 22 when I came into the league.
Okay.
And I already had that body that Giannis just came into. I had that body coming into the league.
Weren't you the last senior to go number one overall?
Yeah, so I was physically ready to go from day one.
I think you were physically ready to go your last year of high school.
Like these kids, they come into the league. He was 17 when he got drafted. Like, he's learning from the best. He's watching the best, playing against the best 4 nights a year, seeing him what he needs to accomplish. LeBron has a gift that unselfishness, that willing to pass, that you can't generate within 2-3 years. That takes time. LeBron came into the league with that.
Right.
No, he came into the league with that special gift.
Oh, I agree.
Of that willing to pass. I'm always going to find an open man. I'm always going to. Giannis been taught since he's been in the league It's on you. You got to go. You got to score.
You're the best player.
You
Right.
got to score. You got to score.
But he
He's
gets
averaging-
caught up in SportsCenter highlights.
Well,
That's what
no.
he is.
That's what people show. That's what he showed. Has he gotten better? Yes. Does he need to work on his jump shot? Yes. Like most of the kids in the NBA need to work on certain things, but not on him. He's played 25 games with Jabari, 76, 51, 19. If Jabari is there for more games than that, their chemistry be better, the team will be better, more guys will be there. I just look, I don't think it's, I was there briefly. Kid works extremely hard. He's gotten better since I was there.
Right.
He's going to continue to get better because he's playing against LeBron. He's playing against KD. He's playing against these guys night in, night out. And this is what he wants to accomplish. And you can see it.
Yeah.
So, but he's working at it. I don't think he's underrated. I think where he needs to be at year 5 at 23 years old. Is he carrying his French team? Yes. Anthony Davis, 23, 24, whatever.
Yeah.
Is he carrying his team? Yes. It's the same kind of situation.
Okay, but
Anthony Davis is in the West.
Okay, but
he's in the East.
He still hasn't
But-
won a single playoff game, Anthony Davis.
Okay, but
Yeah.
he's
this
young and he's getting better.
In his first 10 playoff games, do you know what Michael Jordan's record was, Kmart? 1-9. First 10 playoff games.
Take that.
Yeah, and then what happened?
No, whoa. All I'm saying is, I was always blessed with this uncanny ability to recall information. I know what he became after that, but I'm just saying what he was in his first 10.
Oh, wait, I was sitting courtside one night in 1982 in the NCAA Finals, Georgetown versus North
I
Carolina.
remember he was a
And this
freshman.
freshman,
We're not
of all
talking
people.
about that.
Wait a second. But that was where you rise above everybody. There are a bunch of older players out there, like Patrick Ewing was advanced.
James Worthy was Player of the Year.
And all of a sudden, some freshman that I'd barely heard of, this kid Jordan's from,
Where it happens.
yeah, and he rises up and makes the shot to win the game.
He was special.
Yep, he was special.
They
It was
showed
coming.
everybody when he got to the league how special he was.
Right. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
But Skip, I mean, the guy is 20. I thought he was, I said like he's like 24. The guy just turned 23 in
Just turned
December.
23.
In December. So he's only going to get better. 2017, but now to take that next step, he's going to have to maybe sacrifice some of those points and get his teammates more involved. But Jabari Parker playing 16 games a season or 20 games a season is not going to cut it.
So let me ask you this. In year 15 of this kid's career, of Giannis' career, what do you expect him to be?
I don't know. I hope he's won
What you mean
one
you
playoff
don't know?
series.
What you mean you don't know?
Okay, I'm saying I don't see it yet, and I've seen a lot. And I saw him last year in his 4th year
So in year
play
5,
the Raptors
so
in
in
the
year
playoffs.
5, did you think LeBron would be where he is numbers-wise, everything
Yes,
right now?
I did.
I'm not buying it.
I did.
Not buying it at
No,
all.
I did.
Not buying it at all.
I watched the first game he ever played.
You
at
out there watching him
Sacramento.
play against Kobe and these other guys, and it's a struggle.
Mm-hmm.
He ain't winning anything. Same thing with Giannis.
Okay.
Same thing. They make it to the finals and get swept by San Antonio. Don't nobody remember who came in second, man.
Okay, 3rd in scoring, 4th in PER.
Okay.
8th in the conference in standings. You're in the 8th playoff
So that's
spot?
all on
wrong.
him. So that's
Something's
all
wrong.
on him.
Yes,
How many
sir.
guys are on the roster?
There are 5 who get to play at one time.
many
and
on
when
the
you are
roster?
that guy, if
many
you're
on the
that
roster?
guy,
How many
you're
on the
better.
roster?
But here's what we do, is that when a player doesn't win, it's on him.
Yes.
Then we blame the team. I mean, but he can only do so much. Every time LeBron loses, it's on LeBron.
Yeah.
But when he win, the guy made the shot.
Well, who calls him the best player on the planet?
He
You do.
Everybody calls
Everybody
him
does.
I mean,
that. Except you.
not
everybody
everybody.
does.
Everybody knows. Skip, it's universally regarded except you.
Kevin Durant
But you
was
won't.
the MVP of the finals.
That's 1 year ago.
Okay,
His
well,
overall body of work.
Skip, but
Body of work.
How
even
about
though he,
right now?
Body of work.
you think
Still,
Kevin Durant
now,
is better than LeBron?
Yes.
Line them up.
K-Mo, you heard what he said?
Yeah, I did.
Okay,
I like KD.
You of all people
I like
know
KD.
there are 2 sides to the coin when you play basketball. You also have to play defense. It's not like the NFL. You have to go both ways.
KD is
So
not a
who's
lockdown
not?
defender.
And neither is LeBron James.
KD is 4th in this league in block shots.
That's right now because he's playing the 4 and the 5.
Okay, that's good.
You're
that's
in,
what he
you're out.
is. LeBron James ranks 330th in individual defensive win shares. That is horrendously bad.
You preach to the choir here.
Yeah.
I don't think LeBron James is a great defender. He's a
Well,
great team defender.
He used to be.
No, he's never been a
Yes,
great
he was. He's a
individual
first-team
defender.
All-NBA
Man,
defender.
them numbers. They're
Hey.
going because he gets steals.
Okay, but
Because
hey,
he gets steals. Was Allen
Once a-
Iverson a good defender?
no.
He made first team All-NBA. Okay. So
But
listen, what are you saying?
LeBron James, in his day, I'm going back 6 or 8
Never
years
been-
ago.
never.
You could say, for
Never.
a single game, you could say,
Never.
take Tony Parker, and he'd take him out of the game.
Never take him
That's
out
hard
of the
to
game.
do.
Never take him out of the game.
I think we
never
look at-
looked at LeBron as a lockdown defender. Never.
I think
never.
we're looking at it differently, Kenya.
Yes.
You looking at it like, okay, you got this man one-on-one, and so you got him the whole night. LeBron would always take. He always, in his prime, he would take KD. He would take Paul George. But now, when he's asked to do so much more offensively, we forget just how good he was at defending.
So was he guarding KD last year?
KD in the final, he was on the shot of the finals. He was.
On one shot?
Yeah,
Or
yeah. I think he took him quite a bit.
and
last
what
year.
did that man average?
We averaged 35.
Listen, ain't nobody averaging 35 with me in the series.
Well, I know that, but you actually cared about playing defense.
And I was a good defender.
I understand.
But
I think-
Kmart, you ain't playing no defender that had KD skills.
But night
Tim
in, night
Duncan?
out, he had a great game.
He
Great
didn't
series.
have offensive.
Not like that.
Yeah.
He was a problem, but
Yeah.
not like KD.
Right.
Listen,
I don't think.
LeBron, KD, all these guys never been, in my opinion, a lot of guys' opinion, lockdown defenders. So LeBron's a great help defender. If you look at Jason Kidd when I played with Jason Kidd, even after the fact,
Yeah.
the kid could guard his man
You would? No.
and go help you,
Right.
him, and all. Great individual defender, great team defender,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yep.
Allen Iverson, first team all defense, because he averaged steals. He gambles. I never made an all defensive team. Never got a vote.
Why was that?
You asked me, y'all right. Y'all the writers. Y'all, it was y'all, the people that, the media, look at
I
it.
thought you
know
were
what
an
I'm saying?
all-time great defender.
I still am.
Seriously.
Still am.
But see, I
So- so
look
it's
at it
all
different.
numbers.
I kind of side with Skip, Kenya. I think LeBron, like in his prime, could sit in the chair.
Nope.
It's like any given night.
Right.
When you
oh yeah,
needed
but
that,
you're a great player. I don't
Right.
care how
I'm
great a
just not-
defensive player you are, because even though you can play great defense, Tim Duncan one of those nights could give it to you, could give you 30.
Of course, he did.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can play great defense on anybody that can score. And anybody can have a night.
Right.
Against anybody in this league when
Right.
you're playing good. Listen, good offense beats good defense any day. We
Right.
all know that.
Yeah. Oh yes. Yes. Absolutely.
But I'm just looking at what I've witnessed in my tenure when LeBron James was out there and Kevin Durant was out there. My teams that I was on and the conversations I had with players don't look at them guys as good defenders.
Okay.
That's just what it is. KD is blocking shots now. Great, because they need him
They
to.
needed it.
Right.
He's playing a different position now.
Correct.
Yeah.
He's more
close
down
to,
to close
he's
to the
guarding
basket.
guys close to the basket.
Correct.
He's not on the perimeter.
Yep.
Like he has been throughout his career. Because he had bigs that play, and the game has changed. Of course he's going to do that. He's close to the basket. He's 7 foot. If he's not doing this, a problem.
Yeah.
No mercy. The Lakers lost their third straight game last night in Indiana. Lonzo Ball struggled, scoring just 4 points and making 1 3-pointer in 4 shot attempts. Lonzo also had 8 assists, but after the game, he talked about needing to shoot more. Let's take a listen.
I think I had to be more aggressive, especially tonight. But at the same time, a lot of guys that can shoot the ball, so someone has to pass. So, it's kind of my job to get everybody the ball. But definitely got to look to score a little more.
Skip, what did you make of Lonzo's night?
Here we go again. Another inexplicably weird Lonzo Ball night. Another great bad Lonzo Ball night, because I watched every dribble of this game. Got a little distracted from the LeBron game by this game, because Lonzo Ball started off driving that Laker train 150 miles an hour down the first quarter tracks. And when this young man gets in gear, running with the basketball downhill, up court, whew, I'm not sure there's anybody faster with the ball in his hands than Lonzo Ball. And he seemed engaged, he seemed committed, he seemed aggressive. And would you believe that Lonzo Ball had 6 assists in the first 8 minutes of this game? And the highlight assist came with about 5 minutes left in the first quarter. Could we see this slick little no-look to Julius Randle? Just see, you can't even see it. I had to watch it 3 times before I could even figure out how he did it. It was slick.
You know what I'm saying, Joe?
This kid can pass that basketball. We're talking about genius here. We're talking about gift. And guess what? The Lakers scored 37 first quarter points. They led 37-29 over an Indiana team that had won 7 of its last 10. It's one of the hottest teams in the East. No threat to LeBron because it's a cakewalk in the East. We know that. But still, at home in Indiana, they're a decent team. They're pretty good. Oladipo's having a terrific year by Oladipo standards. But I'm thinking, wait a second. I look at the box score, first quarter ends, and 2 things that happened. Luke Walton let Lonzo Ball play the whole first quarter. So he completely broke his substitution pattern because usually he takes Lonzo out after about 6 minutes. He let him play the whole first quarter. But guess what, boys and girls? Lonzo Ball had how many shots in the first quarter, Mr. Sharpe?
0.
0 shots. He didn't even take a shot. And yet he had 6 assists in the first 8 minutes. And then he sat for a while in the second quarter, and then he came back in, and all of a sudden, the Lakers needed Lonzo Ball to shoot and needed Lonzo Ball to score. And guess what, boys and girls?
What happened?
He didn't do anything. He quit doing both. He wouldn't shoot, and he wouldn't pass. And Lonzo Ball had 2 assists the whole rest of the game. The last 3 quarters, he had 2 assists. So he had 6 in the first 8 minutes. Remember, that's on pace to have 36 assists for the game if you actually multiplied it out. And he had 2 more. And guess what happened to the Lakers? They scored 22 in the second quarter, and then 21 in the third quarter, and then 20 in the fourth quarter. And they got blown out in the last 3 quarters, 81-63. And I don't know. I can't explain it. I'm not going to try to defend it. He unplugged. He disengaged. He quit trying. There's no aggression at all to his game. And I'm saying, just do something. Just attack. Where's your attack mode? Because when he plugs in and attacks, it's pretty hard to stop Lonzo and that Laker offense. And all of a sudden, I don't know if somebody made him mad. I don't know if he's pouting. I have no idea. Because the guy I saw for the first 8 minutes did not resemble the guy I saw for the whole rest of the night. And the Lakers lost badly at Indiana, which is no threat to Cleveland.
Interesting, Joey. So, at first, Luke Walton wasn't letting him play enough. Luke lets him play.
I think it's the first time he let him play the whole first quarter.
He played 37 minutes. Interesting. For me, what do I make of Lonzo last night? More of the same. Because, see, here's the thing with the really good NBA players and the great NBA players, if you take away A, they got B. You take away A and B, they got C. If he can't make that outside shot, there's a reason why he's wide open on a 3-point shot. You do realize that, right?
Well, you do realize he went on a 16-game tear where he's making 44%, but go ahead.
Oh, you do realize over the last 4 games,
he's not been very
20%
good.
from the field goal, 20% field goal percentage, 18 from 3. He's gone to the free throw line 7 times. Guess how many he's made, Skip? This many.
Yep, we've talked about this many times.
Well, I want to talk about it some more. Well, let me talk about this. The thing that separates him from Ben Simmons knows what he's not. Ben Simmons says, I'm not a 3-point field goal shooter.
Ben Simmons is 7 feet tall. Is Lonzo 7 feet tall?
He's 6'7".
Oh, okay. Can he just stand in the lane and just get rebounds and dish?
No.
Does he have Joel Embiid to dish to? I don't know.
You told me that you like Brook Lopez. Look at Drew Randall.
He's okay.
Drew Randall cooking folks. Kyle Kuzma cooking folks.
Last night he wasn't cooking folks.
Kyle Kuzma
Shot
had 20.
3 for 10 from 3. And by the way, have we seen this act before? Isaiah Thomas, 4 for 14 and 0 for 5.
Oh, now y'all out of Isaiah.
0 for 5.
Now y'all.
I never was in on Isaiah.
Hold on. Even though Kyle Kuzma was 3 of 10 from the 3-point line, he was 10 of 18 overall for 27 points.
That 3 of 10 won't hack it, though. That's
10
hard.
of 18? Yeah. I can live with that. And what about Drew Randall? Again.
He was good.
21 and 9.
Yep.
Lonzo.
But wait a second. He was a minus 12 while he was on the floor. That's the worst of anybody.
Oh, you know what? I wasn't going to bring up plus minus, Joy. I had no intentions of doing that, but since you brought it up and since you led me to this door, thank you for letting me in. Thank you, Mr. Bayless. Can I have a seat here? Thank you. I will. Oh, in the third quarter, they were up to it at half, right? Third quarter, Lonzo Ball, 0 shots, 0 assists. Plus minus, minus 11.
What do you have for the game? That's all that matters. What was for the game? Help me out.
Joy, what I'm serving at my restaurant?
Help me out.
A L.
No,
That's what we had for the game.
You just brought up plus minus.
Yeah, you brought it up.
It was only minus 3 because in the first quarter it was plus 8. I told you he dominated the first quarter.
Had they stopped the game then, you guys would have won. Lonzo would have looked pretty. But here's again, I'm gonna go back, Skip. He will not drive the. You keep saying I want him to be aggressive. He keeps saying I need to be aggressive. Okay, when? What you waiting on?
There have been streaks where he'll just go crazy aggressive.
Skip, he crazy aggressive. No, he's going crazy aggressive shooting three because he's allowed you and someone else to convince him that he can shoot threes. He cannot, Skip. He can't.
Wait a second. He shot 41% at college last year, and he had a stretch
Should've
of
stayed
16
then.
games where he shot 44%. You're telling me he can't shoot?
Whoa,
I think you already ate those words.
Whoa, hold on.
Yeah.
A stretch of 16 games, but they played 70.
Yeah.
So what about them other 54 they did?
Well,
What did he do?
he missed about 15.
Okay, so what about that other 35? So 35, so 51 games.
Yeah.
So let's just count these 51 games that he did play. What he shooting? Yeah,
Well, I don't know.
I know.
I saw a stretch where he was
I'm
like
good
out of
with
his
numbers.
mind.
You know, Joe, I can't add that
You know
much.
what? In the 16-game stretch, he was a better three-point shooter than LeBron James.
Look how you said
Seriously.
it. Okay, what did you say?
Yeah.
For that 16-game stretch.
Yeah.
I love how you. What you?
No, I mean, I could just see he's going to be a better three-point shooter over time. He's 20 years old.
I get my glasses today, so maybe I'll be able to see what you see.
Yeah.
Because right now I can't see it. 'Cause the doctor told me, say, Shannon, you're gonna be able to see 4D.
Really?
I said, so I'll be able to see all them haters coming for LeBron and myself, huh? He said, yep, you sure will. I said, well, I'll see. Can I look into the future and see Lonzo Ball being an all-star? He's like, Shannon, these glasses won't work that kind of miracle. Skip, he won't drive the ball. He doesn't have a mid-range game. He doesn't drive the ball, and if he does drive the ball, Skip, he's shooting worse from the free throw line than Shaq was for a career, than Dwight Howard for a career. The only person that comes to my mind that shot a worse free throw percentage than him was Ben Wallace at 41%. This young man is a guard shooting 46% from the free throw line. You tell me, they're free. You're just standing up there by yourself, you and your own thoughts.
Well,
Did you say that, Joey?
he's not as bad as LeBron is on his level.
Whoa,
I
Skip,
mean,
don't do that.
LeBron's high volume
The
free
mere-
throw. I already told you what's happening right now.
The mere fact that you would even mention Lonzo.
No, I think that's a great fact.
No.
Great fact.
The
Remember, LeBron's high attempts from the free throw line. So if you look at right now, those who have shot 350 or more, there are 14 players in the league because LeBron's high. He's 13th out of 14 to Dwight Howard.
I tell you
that's
what.
pathetic.
And if I were to put
That's pathetic.
if I were to do this, and if I were to list the guys that shot him at least 100 free throws, he would be last. Your guy. That guy would be last.
I just wish I had $1 for every time LeBron has changed his free throw routine. Now he's got this weird step back.
I wish I had $1 every time he don't hit that triple dubs. I wish every time the 40-point triple dubs. You don't want to talk about. Let's talk about Lonzo and how
I'm talking about Lonzo, and I brought it up before you even noticed it. I said he's got a free throw demon because you're either going to have to shoot it this way, like you shoot your three, or you're going to shoot it conventionally. And right now he's trying to shoot it conventionally, and it's not working. I brought it up before you even noticed. Did I not, Joy? I brought it up, and I said I'm going to be objective about the kid I love because this will not work. You have to fix it, so he's going to have to decide. Are you going to shoot it underhanded, or are you going to shoot it sideways? I would suggest he shoot it sideways. That's what if you're going to do this from three, you need to do this from the free throw line. And you need to go work on it until you figure it out, because he needs to shoot 80% or it will not work, because now he's got the LeBron late game driving demons because he's afraid to drive in the first quarter. He's afraid because if he gets fouled, he's going to have to go stand there and say, how do I do this?
First of all, see, I love how you try to contextualize what not LeBron, but Lonzo's flaws are. He's this shot, he needs to commit. No. The demons are in the shot to begin with.
Well,
that's why he's shooting.
It goes in from three. We've seen it.
Skip, the man is shooting.
Been on fire.
Skip, do you know what he's shooting?
He got off to a terrible start because his dad painted the biggest target on his back.
His dad, hold on. He said, no. He said what his dad says has no influence. The dad said it.
He's just going to defend his dad at every turn. You know it, and I know.
Well, then why you keep defending him in that messed up shot?
To a fault.
The moment he realized that he's discount Steph and not the real Steph, he'll be fine. Steph Curry can go 0 for 10, and I still want him to take 10 more threes.
Tell your Twitter followers.
I
don't even like that handle.
I love it.
Discount.
Discount.
I mean, whoever said he was
Dollar
Steph
Tree.
Curry?
Okay, how about this? Dollar Tree.
Dollar store stuff?
Yeah, Dollar Tree.
Okay.
Dollar General. All them.
Okay.
Discount. But anyway, Skip Bayless, I know what you're trying to do. Oh, he has these demons like, look here, don't you ever.
LeBron's got late game free throw deep.
He ain't
I've
got
never
nothing.
seen anything like
He
it.
ain't got late game nothing. Clutch.
Yeah.
Yeah, you see this year's number. Clutch. Skip Bayless said
I
with me.
don't see it.
Clutch. And I'm not talking about the female purse.
Do you want me to-
Clutch.
you want
And I'm
me
not talking about a chicken on
You
an
want me to
egg.
drag
Clutch.
out the all-time LeBron from the free throw line in the last seconds of games stat?
Skip, the man's been playing 15 years.
Terrible.
So if you want to go back way back when, okay, have at it.
It's a liability.
No.
He runs from the free throw
No, he
line,
didn't.
which is why he either pulls up and jacks up a three, or he makes the right play and kicks it to Kyle Korver in the corner.
Kind of like DeMar DeRozan did in the game that beat them other night. You
Don't compare LeBron.
I'm just.
DeMar
I
DeRozan.
can't compare LeBron to DeMar DeRozan, but you go compare Lonzo
I
Ball
already
to
wrote him off in this very show. I told you DeMar DeRozan will turn back into DeMar DeRozan in the playoffs.
don't
You
do
know
that.
it, and I know it.
Don't do that, Skip.
Kyle Lowry.
You
no.
called him the baby dinosaur.
Yeah.
I didn't say that's the Raptors, but I like DeMar DeRozan.
Wait, is he not the best player on the Raptors?
Okay, that's
Oh, so you like him, but you think they're no good? How can that be?
well. I like.
That's kind of like picking the Patriots but betting on
You
the
like-
Eagles.
You
You
ran into DeMar DeRozan the other day.
I ain't seen Lamar. I ain't
You
seen
know
him.
how Shannon goes.
You know, they love
Nice to
them.
meet you.
They love.
Starts
But I'm just trying to
softening up a
figure.
little
Skip,
bit.
at some point in time, you know what, Joy? I would have graduated with honors had the teachers known what I would have turned out to be. Because what Skip wants to do, he wants to grade Lonzo on what he might be down the road.
What
The
he will be. No.
Oh, that's what I'm saying.
We're already seeing it.
Well, what about the teacher say, you know what, Shannon? You're going to have a 14-year NFL career. You're going to go to the Hall of Fame. You're going to be on TV. Let me give you an A even though you got Fs. I'm going to give Lonzo what he
You
making
got F's in school?
for conduct. Because I talk too much. Teacher told me to wait till I get home and talk. My granny say, boy, take your butt to school and talk. Guess who won out?
You're getting an F. You're getting an F for conduct on this show.
No.
'Cause you do talk too much.
No, that would be you, Skip Bayless. Because why are you should have been a lawyer.
Yeah.
Because the way you defend Lonzo Ball.
I should have been.
Ooh,
I win every case.
yeah, you do.
No mercy. Our next guest was the director of the docu-series Tom vs. Time, Gotham Chopra. Let's take a listen to a clip from the production.
What are you willing to do and what are you willing to give up to be the best you can be? I watch tape all day Monday, all day Tuesday. I mean, I could literally watch film all day. You still have life to deal with. I mean, it's not like life stops. People live and die with the way that we play, and I think my family's done the same for a long time, and I'm always trying to go out and do the best I can do for them. Wednesday we practice, Thursday we practice, Friday we practice. I want us to put the work in because I want it to pay off. That's how I lead. So if you're going to compete against me, you better be willing to give up your life because I'm giving up mine.
Gotham Chopra, welcome to Undisputed.
Thank you
Welcome.
for having me.
Good to have you.
I thought it was sensational. My partner thought it was just okay.
Coming face to face with one of our, antagonists.
That's
You were in
That
there.
is true.
Yeah.
He watches. He
Yeah,
knows.
we talk about that residual, y'all.
A nothing burger, right?
Yeah.
Burger.
How did this project start?
I've been friends with Tom for a couple of years. He used to have an off-season home not far from here in Brentwood. I grew up in Massachusetts, so I was a huge Patriots fan, and I just met him while he was, here during his off-season program maybe 5 or 6 years ago. And over that time, I've been, bugging him. Tom, you should do this. This is historic, even, as far back as that time. And he always sort of resisted it. And then last season, about a year ago right now, off-season, Tom, I think in large part because he was hearing that chatter, like, this can't happen at 40 years old. Nobody continues to perform at this level. Plus, the prior season, the comeback against the Falcons, the stuff with his mom off the field, the suspension, all of that, there was drama. And I think Tom sort of thought, like, okay, let's try this. So it was supposed to be an off-season thing. It became a full season because Tom got hip to storytelling, and if you're going to set it up, you might as well pay it off.
Yep.
And so we kept on rolling.
But a man that's spent the better part of his entire career being private, not letting anyone inside, not offering a glimpse into who Tom is, not only on the field, but off the field, behind the scenes.
Yeah.
Why?
I think that it was a combination of things. I think, one of the things we talked a lot about, because at the beginning we didn't know Facebook, we didn't know really where it was going to end up. And part of me was telling Tom's like, hey, your kids are growing up, but they're still kind of small. Like, don't you want to document this just for them, if nothing else?
Okay.
You know, this is, and you know, he's got a very, very close family, as you see, with his parents, his sisters, his nieces, his nephews. So just sort of like that, capture it for them. And then again, I mean, that was sort of partly me sort of saying, pushing it. But I think that was it. And there was just, look, it was a trusting environment, you know, and for the 90 minutes that ends up on screen, there's probably 90 hours worth of stuff. So, you know, there's a lot of stuff that didn't make it that's private, you know, either because it didn't fit the narrative or because it just, you know, wasn't appropriate.
And he would veto that to you?
I have a pretty good instinct. I've known Tom for a long time. And, you know, look, especially during the football season, Tom's pretty focused. He's not reviewing cuts. He's not, you know, I would talk to him. It was constant communication. And
Did he sign off on the final product?
Yeah, for sure. Like he, you know, and I would sort of tell him to, hey, look at this part, look at that part, because these are the areas I just want to make sure you're comfortable with. Certainly stuff, anything with the kids, with his wife, all that sort of stuff. But you know, we are partners. This wasn't me trying to come in and sort of be an investigative reporter. So I knew, and I know the quote Patriot way. I'm a fan, and so I knew in a way how to navigate that, or the things I needed to be sensitive about.
So in episode 5, you included a scene in which Tom Brady and his trainer Alex Guerrero are up in, is it Tom's suite? It's somebody's suite. I think it's Tom's.
Yeah.
We're in the morning and they're having to sneak around and put the little portable table over on the side. And they're both laughing about, this is just nuts what we're having to do. How real is the tension between Brady and Alex Guerrero as he both deals with obviously Tom and Gronkowski is involved too, as he treats both of them?
I mean, there's no tension between Tom and Alex, right? Like, I mean, Alex is a critical part, as you see, not just physically, but I would say even mentally and emotionally, you know, in terms of Tom's prep, not just for specific games, but across the season and everything. So I think, I mean, they are working hand in glove. I mean, all the stuff around the team and all the politics, look, I think, you know, Tom's been doing this and Coach was doing this for 18 years. I would also say, like, I didn't have any interaction with the coaching staff. I was never once in the locker room. We were very, very conscious of that and mindful of that. So Tom had to do his, you know, stuff up in the, you know, halfway through the season, he had to start doing it up in his suite.
Were you amazed by that?
Not really. I mean, I've been a fan for a long time, you know. I kind of know these are intensive campaigns with strong personalities and stuff like that, so not particularly, you know. And again, I haven't been around in the sort of
But
part
normally
of the drama.
they give the quarterback, especially that guy, normally the great players, they get great latitude from the team. They get to go and come, and they let some of their personnel that gets to go and come. And for all of a sudden for it to be abruptly stopped, I think that's what Skip is getting at, is that did this cause contention and friction?
Look, I think there's a lot of scrutiny this year, in part because I had a camera constantly. Right. But my guess is over the course of 18 years, there's always, you know, ebbs and flows. There's always personality clashes. There are very strong personalities.
How was it able to get out this time?
I mean, there are cameras and there's reporters. And I mean, look, it's funny because, and I'm curious, right? We have like 52 million views. 50 may be from Massachusetts because, you know, like there's an obsessiveness and there's reporters, beat reporters, and there's people talking all the time. So I think it's also the advent of social media, you know, so I think, you know, this time, but it's actually not, to me, like there's been Deflategate, there's been Spygate, there's been endless drama around the Celtics and the Patriots. In some ways, it fuels them. And one thing that was interesting is, despite all that drama, when we got to January, there was like this focus and there's like a goal, and everybody got on that same page and paid off.
Yeah, there was the big ESPN bombshell report post-trade deadline that Coach Belichick was in favor of signing Jimmy Garoppolo long-term and sort of pushing Tom out the back door. How much resentment of that fact, and obviously Robert Kraft overruled that, and Jimmy got traded, but how much resentment did you feel on Tom's part that he would harbor toward Belichick for wanting to go with Garoppolo?
Tom's a competitor. I mean, the one thing, you know, we talked a little bit about it, but like Tom was like, listen, and he considered Jimmy a protege, like a friend. You know, they do this annual trip down to the Derby, and Jimmy was part of that trip. Like, you know, he was sort of under Tom's tutelage on and off the field. But I think Tom's a competitor, and he felt like, well, as long as I'm on this field, as long as I'm showing up to training camp, I'm going to win this job. And that's no slight on Jimmy, but like, he's a competitor. And so I don't think, again, you know, look, there's personality issues maybe, but this is 18 seasons of sustained success. So these guys know their process, and I don't think he felt, you know, too much tension or anything like that specific to that.
Normally, the starting quarterback and the backup quarterback are very, very good friends as long as the backup quarterback poses no threat. Joe Montana and Steve Young never had a working relationship. Brett Favre and Aaron Rodgers didn't have the working relationship because they viewed those guys as threat. John Elway and Gary Kubiak had a great working relationship because he was no threat.
Yeah.
But the minute Dan Reeves, my former coach, took Tommy Maddox in the first round, they did not have the same working relationship. So to say that Tom Brady had the same relationship that he had with Brian Hoyer or Rohan Davey or Ryan Mallett, I don't know if we're telling the whole truth about that.
No, I don't think, and again, I mean, I've never spent any time with Jimmy. I'm just sort of saying, I think Tom likes Jimmy. He's happy for him now in the 49ers. But yeah, I don't disagree with you.
Okay.
Competitively, this is my job.
Yeah.
And until you take it away from me, you're not getting it until you earn it.
Well, I feel better if you're not here. So that way, you know, I want to fight, but if you're not here, I won't have to fight as hard.
Yeah. I mean, I also think Tom's a pretty unique case. I mean, you know, I'm biased, but this guy's sort of established himself. I don't think and he's so confident in his process, not just physically, but mentally, emotionally, the way he's able to calibrate all these things, and I don't think he feels particularly threatened by anyone.
So, after Tom cut his hand, Coach Belichick scoffed at it and said it wasn't exactly open heart surgery, and then he said it was more media circus than a football crisis, and you took great pains in episode 6 to show how deep the gash was, and I'm sure that was important to Tom to show that, right?
It was important. Look, it's tension. You know, like going into the, you know, as a storyteller, you're always looking for, like, where's the tension? And when you're talking about a team that consistently wins and wins and wins, you know, every time they lost.
Storylines, huh?
Yeah, no, like the beginning of the season, all that hype, and then they lost to Kansas City. I mean, I'm a fan, but that was the best thing that could have happened as a storyteller. So, like, I joked with Tom that Wednesday or whatever when he, you know, had the thing in practice where he opened up the gash. I was like, man, you're doing all the work for me, like, you know, adding this drama. And so, again, it had nothing to do with, like, I think the Belichick stuff is sort of just more sort of drama. But, like, that gash was serious. And on Wednesday.
By the way, did he actually do it on Rex Burkhead, or was there another story to the story?
I mean, I wasn't there at practice, but I would assume that all that reporting is pretty accurate. I was there Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and I mean, you know, what I loved was that he was doing acupuncture, you know, he was doing all these sort of alternative things, and that gash was real. And then the morning of, I mean, look, guys, I'm driving to the AFC Championship with Tom Brady, and everybody in the world is wondering about this thing. And I, too, was like sort of looking at the brace, and we were talking, was he going to wear a glove, not wear a glove? I was sort of like in disbelief that I was, you know, there. And then that game was amazing. I was sitting up in that suite trying to figure out, like, oh, my God, how are we going to create an ending out of this? Because this is, you know, kind of sad.
Right.
And then that comeback, which was without Gronk. I mean, great
He's
story.
just the best, right, Shannon?
I just don't know. I just don't know if I believe the gash happened the way it said it did. That's all I'm saying. Hey, he had the gash. You showed it. I mean, great storytelling, but it's just hard for me to believe. I played 26 years, and I've never seen a gash that deep at that part of the hand. Now, not saying that it didn't happen, Skip, but.
Maybe he slipped on one of his kids' toys at home and fell. I don't know.
No, I mean, from what I understand, right, like it got caught in, like, the helmet or something, like during a handoff.
Think about it. 99-year history. No quarterback has ever had an injury like that. It just so happened to happen to him at that moment. I'm just saying. Look,
I mean, what are you doing? Cut it? Like,
I'm just saying.
Cutting avocados or something?
I'm just saying, Joy. Who am I the one to cast doubt?
So, after all you witnessed, this sort of internal tug-of-war between Giselle and Tom and the kids and Tom, gut feeling, what's your takeaway on how much longer Tom plays football?
I think that So he's publicly talked about playing into his mid-40s. I mean, just this is me, not Tom, right? Like, I'd be surprised, at that. And again, not physically, I think he could do it. I've watched his process. He's so obsessive about his nutrition, his sleep, his everything. But I think it's the mental aspect of the game, and I'm sure, you can attest to this. Michael Strahan, with whom I work, talks a lot about like, hey, I retired at 37, not because I physically couldn't do it anymore, because mentally I didn't want to do it anymore. And I think that's the thing where Tom, again, there's a lot of scrutiny. I think what he's going through this offseason is probably not that abnormal to him, and these guys play into February quite consistently.
Right.
So I think his sort of process he's going through, in part because I'm talking about it all the time, is getting a lot more attention. But I think it's probably season to season at this point. And I would guess, if I were a betting man, 2, maybe 3.
2 or 3.
Yeah. but-
2 tops.
2 tops?
Tops.
Well, you said 1 top that you were quoted in the piece as saying that, right?
Yeah.
I bet on this September he shows up, and we'll see what happens.
Well, had they got rid of Jimmy G, it'd have been 1 year there.
Well, that was going to be a fact if the coach had his way.
You really think Jimmy G would have beat him out?
No, they were going to ship him out.
Yeah.
I wish you got that behind-the-scene footage. Mr. Kraft, Daddy, can you make Bill trade Jimmy? Where's that footage? I know it's going to come out sooner or later.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Go come out.
Some of that.
You're going to be quoted in the next one, too. Keep it up.
There's a lot of FaceTime. There was none of that FaceTime.
Gotham, thanks so much for joining us. No mercy. Carson Wentz is back. He posted this video yesterday throwing passes at the Eagles facility. He was having an MVP caliber season last year until he tore his ACL and LCL in December. Wentz is still aiming for a Week 1 return. Shannon, what should the Eagles do now with their quarterback situation?
Stay the course. It's fine and good to see him throwing the football. That's great. But you didn't see any hard dropbacks. You didn't see him really turn and spin, drive the football down the field. They need to do nothing. Stay the course where you are right now. They should be in no hurry to try to move Nick Foles unless somebody's going to give them, 2 first-rounders, 2 second-rounders. Okay, then we entertain it. But right now, I don't see why you would do anything, Skip. The guy tore his ACL and LCL. That combo is written, Robert Griffin III did that. Now, he was unable. They're different type players. Robert could not understand how to get down. He couldn't stay healthy because, Robert was a frail guy, Skip. He barely weighed 200 pounds, if he weighed that. Carson Wentz is a big man, 6'4.5", 240 pounds. So he has more girth, more texture to him. But I wouldn't do anything, Skip, because it's March. Let's see how he's progressing come, June, July. We still got the trade deadline, but I'm standing pat because I know I won the Super Bowl with my backup. And when I bring that big ace, that thoroughbred out the stables, whoo, hit the ground running, Skip. Eagles gone shopping again for Lombardi's.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So, to me, Carson Wentz, in posting this video, was saying, remember me? Just trying to remind everybody, I'm still here. Remember me? I was that guy who was the MVP candidate before I got hurt, before my backup went in and played way better than I could have ever dreamed of playing.
Skip, stop.
That's what happened. I've never seen anything like this. I'm going to say it again. The Eagles have a problem, and it's not what you call a good problem.
Good one.
They got a Nick Foles problem.
No, they don't.
Yeah, they do. Nick Foles played back-to-back the 2 greatest playoff games I've ever seen before.
Yeah.
Back-to-back, he went for 352 3 touchdowns and 0 interceptions against the number 1 ranked defense in the NFC Championship game. And then on Bill Belichick's defense in the Super Bowl, 373, 3 touchdowns, and 1 bad luck interception that really was not his fault because the ball was on the money. Alshon just tipped it up in the air and couldn't hang on to it and tipped it into an interception. That's 2 pretty great games, right? He was a Super Bowl MVP. Nick Foles did something nobody in the history of Philadelphia sports has ever done. He won the Eagles their first ever Super Bowl.
That lets you know what would have happened if Wentz had been in there.
Wow.
They might have scored 51.
So, Shannon, your MVP argument for Wentz got invalidated by what happened thereafter because it's not Wentz in a lifetime.
Yes, it is.
Because There's another Wentz. There's somebody better than Wentz.
First of all,
he's not Wentz in a lifetime.
I see what you did,
He's
Skip.
twice in a lifetime, right?
I see what you did.
Yeah.
This man done drove you all the way there. And now you let somebody take you home the last 5 minutes, and now all of a sudden, you're going to give him all the credit.
The last 5 minutes?
Yeah.
It was like the last 5 hours.
No.
Yes.
So that just goes to show you.
When
if
the
backup,
money was on the table, we still don't know how Carson Wentz would
Yeah, we
perform
do.
in a playoff game.
Yeah, we do.
He's played in how many?
he would have been playing, he won the Super Bowl.
We don't do would-be's on this show.
Oh, we don't do would-be now. Okay. I won't remember that. Okay, Lonzo. Okay, Lonzo.
Yeah, so.
What that tells you, Joy? If the backup did that to y'all, what you thinking we'd have had our starter?
Oh, really?
Ooh! Walking to him. Boy. See the pass that he threw that Alshon got intercepted? Mm-hmm. That hit Alshon right in the hand. He walked in the end zone.
Well, it did hit him in the
No,
hand.
he wouldn't have had to bobble it. It hit him in full stride.
So think of what you're up against here in Nick Foles. Poor Carson. I feel sorry for
Don't
Carson.
feel sorry for him.
I feel real sorry for him because he's going into a maelstrom here. This is a crucible.
Did you hear what Doug Peterson say? He said this is Carson.
Say the right thing. Yeah.
No.
But somewhere right now, Doug Peterson's sitting back saying, what if he's better than Carson?
No, what he's doing right now, he got that big old trophy up on his desk. He like, we were the last time the Cowboys won that.
I don't think
we were the last time that Washington won one of those. And I got me old young quarterback just going into year 3.
Think about this. The backup, quote-unquote, quarterback of the Philadelphia Eagles should be 4-0 in the postseason because he played that playoff game after the 2013 season in which he went 27 touchdowns to only 2 interceptions.
Yeah.
Again, for Chip Kelly. But in that playoff game at home against Drew Brees, he played great in that game. They should have won the game off his numbers, off his performance. But it was a walk-off field goal for Drew Brees. They survived and went forward. And this guy, Nick Foles, should be 4-0 in the postseason.
I know what he is against
And
Tom
guess what
Brady.
he's got? 8 touchdowns to 1 bad luck interception. And think about this. For his career, his regular season career, Nick Foles is 61 touchdowns to 29 interceptions.
That's good.
You don't think that's starter quality?
2-1. That's good. That's good.
Wow.
And he got it. What's on his resume?
Woo.
What's on his resume, Skip?
Super Bowl MVP.
And who did he beat to get that?
He beat Tom Brady. He actually beat Bill Belichick.
No, don't do that, Skip. Don't do that.
Well,
don't do that.
again, Tom Brady can't actually play
defense. And Coach Belichick has said, I wouldn't have had to play an extra snap had you held onto the football.
No.
Had you gotten those first drives instead of field goals.
What was the score when that turnover happened? It was 41 for Philadelphia already. 41 points? Mm-hmm. Bill Belichick gave up 41 points to Nick Foles?
Yeah.
I'd say it's not Wentz in a lifetime because here's another guy who's better than Carson Wentz.
All Tom Brady got an opportunity to do experience-wise was to experience what Aaron Rodgers, Peyton Manning have been saying for years.
Okay.
I throw for 400 yards, but my team gives up 40 points and we lose. It's my fault.
Well, all I know is your MVP argument, it's one way or the other right now. Either Foles is better than Carson Wentz, or it's just Doug Peterson's system produced 2 quarterbacks who were equally good.
Well, Charlie White's system. That's Charlie Weiss's system.
Okay, well, whatever. Is it? Are they products of Doug Peterson or not? Which way is it? It's got to be one way or the other.
This is how it works.
You can't have it both ways.
Yes, you can.
No?
Because this is how it works, Skip.
Two things cannot be true.
Yes, there can be.
Cannot.
2 things can absolutely be true.
Which way is it? Is Nick Foles better, or is it just Doug Peterson's system?
Doug Peterson has a great system. But no matter how great your system is, you need guys that can operate within that system. And that's what he can do. Now, Carson Wentz can get off of this, the script. That's not what Nick Foles does. You call a play, he can execute that play. But here's the thing, when that play breaks down, that's what walking to him can do.
Yeah, but then you hope his knee doesn't break down either.
That was an isolated incident.
Oh, was it really?
Yeah, Tom Brady had a knee injury, had a serious knee injury.
I know, but he wasn't running outside the pocket. He wasn't trying to run for a touchdown.
He couldn't run. Did you see that 40?
I just said he doesn't even try to do that.
If he was running 6 flat at 22 with everything on the line, what he running at 41?
Who's the greatest quarterback ever? Does it matter?
Joe
No,
Montana.
it's not. Yeah, you've switched.
Joe Montana.
God.
Hold on. Joe Montana never lost to a backup. That's what we know. That's fact. That's not conjecture. That's not innuendo. That's not speculation.
Yeah.
Joe Montana never lost in the Super Bowl to a backup.
Yeah, Carson Wentz is about to lose to a backup too. That's your problem.
Lose what?
Lose his job.
He ain't losing no sleep. He's still getting all the Philly cheesesteaks he wants.
See me throwing? Hey, Philly, remember me?
Yeah, remember me?
Yeah.
I'm the guy that's going to bring y'all multiple of these.
Oh, really?
Multiple.
Yeah.
When it's all said and done.
Do you realize the pressure on poor Carson Wentz next year? Because it looks like he wants to come right back and start game one.
You know what it was?
Good luck.
This is how pressure works. When someone moves heaven and earth, they trade the king's ransom, and they identify you and say, you are savior. Oh,
I think they did that.
they did it.
Yeah.
And he answered the
And
bell.
what happened his rookie year?
They got him some weapons.
Kind of ugly.
They got him some weapons.
And they also had to completely rebuild his delivery in the offseason.
Well, I don't know what I tell you what they didn't do. They didn't make the offense more Wentz friendly. So you go get Dak some weapon, and you and I'll be having a great conversation maybe in the next couple of years.
Yep.
Philly gonna be there for a while.
Yeah,
so get your Snickers, because it's gonna be a while.
But Dak is the unquestioned starting quarterback of the Dallas Cowboys, and I'm not sure about Carson Wentz now. I think Philly's going to have issues.
I tell you what.
Watch what happens. His first interception that he throws on opening day or night, whichever it is, that city will go nuts.
Yeah.
Foles.
You're right.
Can you hear the chant?
No,
Foles,
you're absolutely
Foles,
right.
Foles.
Dak is the unquestioned leader. There's
Yep.
no questions about that. But I tell you what, here's the answer. Cowboys not going to be Super Bowl champs.
Well, you don't know that.
I do know
Let's
that.
see how much help they do get.
Where the help at?
We got a draft coming up.
No mercy. Thanks for listening to the Undisputed Podcast. I'm Joy Taylor. We're back at the same time tomorrow morning, 9:30 Eastern. We'll see you then.
Fox Sports 1 of 1.